Have you ever been scanning through the radio late at night, just turning the dial, and stumbled upon something strange? Not just static, but a voice, a melody, something that feels like it's not meant for you? For decades, people all over the world have been tuning into these phantom broadcasts. Signals from nowhere that defy easy explanation. Today we are diving deep into the static to explore the world's most mysterious radio and television signals, from cryptic number stations to brazen broadcast hijacks. Imagine this. It's the Cold War. You're huddled over a shortwave radio. Suddenly, a strange, childlike voice cuts through the noise, reciting a seemingly endless string of numbers. This isn't science fiction. It's a number station. These bizarre broadcasts have been transmitting on shortwave radio frequencies for decades. They typically feature synthesized voices, often female or childlike, reading lists of numbers, letters, or words in various languages. One of the most famous is the Lincolnshire Poacher, which used a snippet of an English folk song as its intro before. A woman's voice would read out groups of numbers. For years, it broadcast like clockwork, then vanished without a trace in 2008. Another, nicknamed Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, is still active and famously featured on a Wilco album. So what are they? The most widely accepted theory is that these are tools for espionage. A spy in a foreign country could tune into a public broadcast at a prearranged time, write down the numbers, and then use a one-time PDA secret key to decrypt the message. This method is incredibly secure. Because the broadcast is public, anyone can listen, but without the one-time pad. The numbers are just meaningless gibberish. It's a perfect way for intelligence agencies to communicate with their deep cover agents without using traceable digital methods. Despite the end of the Cold War, many number stations continue to broadcast, suggesting that this old-school spycraft is far from obsolete. The secrecy surrounding them is so complete that no government has ever officially admitted to operating one. They remain a ghostly, audible relic of a world of secrets and spies. But sometimes, the mysterious signals aren't so subtle. Sometimes, they take over. We're talking about broadcast signal intrusions, or hijacks. One of the most unsettling examples happened in the UK on November 26th, 1977. During the evening news on the Southern Television Network, the picture wobbled, and the audio was replaced by a distorted, deep voice. For nearly 6 minutes, this voice, claiming to be Vrillon of the Ashtar Galactic Command, delivered a message to humanity. It warned against the dangers of nuclear weapons and urged people to live in peace before their planet entered the Age of Aquarius. The broadcast ended as mysteriously as it began, and the news anchor appeared back on screen, visibly confused, apologizing for a breakdown in sound. To this day, the perpetrator has never been identified. Was it an elaborate prank by a Tech-savvy student? A genuine message from another world? Or something else entirely? Authorities at the time launched a major investigation but came up empty-handed. The Vrillon incident remains one of the most famous and bizarre broadcast intrusions in history. Then there's the American equivalent, which is perhaps even more famous for its sheer weirdness: the Max Headroom incident. On the night of November 22, 1987, the city of Chicago was treated to a double dose of digital chaos. First, during the 9 o'clock news on WGN-TV, the screen went black. When it came back, viewers saw a person wearing a Max Headroom mask bobbing erratically in front of a corrugated metal background. The audio was just a buzzing noise. Engineers at the station quickly cut the feed, but the hijacker wasn't done. About 2 hours later, during an episode of Doctor Who on the local PBS station WTTW, he was back. This time, the signal was clearer. For about 90 seconds, the masked figure rambled nonsensically, made strange noises, and even bent over to be spanked with a fly swatter by an accomplice off-screen. It was bizarre, chaotic, and completely unprecedented. The FCC and even the FBI investigated, but like the Vrillon case, the culprit was never caught. The incident has become a cult classic, a symbol of anarchic pre-internet hacker culture. It raises a fascinating question. What was the motive? There was no political message, no ransom demand. It seems to have been purely for the sake of causing chaos and confusion, a digital prank on a citywide scale. Moving from hijackings to pure mystery. Let's talk about a sound that has puzzled scientists for years, the bloop. In 1997, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, is using deep-sea hydrophones to listen for underwater volcanic activity. They picked up something astounding. It was a powerful, ultra-low frequency sound that rose rapidly in frequency for about a minute. Its source was triangulated to a remote point in the Pacific Ocean. What made the bloop so special was its volume. It was detected by sensors over 5,000 kilometers apart. To be that loud, the source had to be immense, far larger than any known animal on Earth, including the blue whale. For years, speculation ran wild. Was it a secret military experiment? A geological event? Or, as many hoped, a colossal undiscovered sea monster lurking in the abyss? The mystery captured the public's imagination. The answer, when it finally came, was a little less monstrous, but no less impressive. After years of improved data collection, NOAA concluded in 2012 that the sound profile of the bloop was most consistent with a large ice quake, a massive iceberg cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. The friction and fracturing of tons of ice generated the powerful low-frequency sound that traveled across the entire ocean. So, no Cthulhu this time, but the sheer power of our natural world is, in its own way, just as awe-inspiring. These signals, whether they're cryptic numbers whispered over shortwave, chaotic television takeovers, or deep ocean sounds, all tap into a fundamental human curiosity. They are anomalies in our carefully structured world of communication. Static in the signal that reminds us there are still things we don't understand. They are messages without a clear sender, broadcasts without an intended audience. In an age where every piece of data is tracked and analyzed, these phantom signals are a throwback to a more mysterious time. They prove that even now, you can turn a dial or point an antenna at the sky and potentially find something completely unexpected, a true signal from nowhere. What other mysteries are floating on the airwaves, just waiting to be found? Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the static. If you enjoyed this exploration of the unknown, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Let me know in the comments which of these signals you find the most fascinating, or if you know of any others I should cover. Stay curious, and see you next time.